Well, good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful day and that you're planning a really exciting weekend. Sure hope none of you are sick. We sure don't want to see anyone that's sick. I know everything around here where I am is closed. Restaurants, even the ski resorts, casinos, everything's closed. And due to that coronavirus, when we're planning our weekend, I kind of feel guilty for even going outside. I want you to be sure to move back from the screen a little bit, just to keep your mind social distancing intact. I wanted to take a look at our friend, good old Nathan Thompson, and his assertions. So buckle your seatbelt and let's look a little bit at Nathan Thompson right here.
Large bodies of water don't curve. Hey, the earth is flat. They're lying to the kids. Large bodies of water don't curve.
Yes, folks, Nathan is big time wrong. So today we're going to look at just why these guys are wrong. So let's whisper here. Ocean and sea levels are not all the same. National Geographic says because the ocean is one continuous body of water, its surface tends to seek the same level throughout the world. Oh my God, here's what flat earthers always say. Seeks its same level. There is a however. These things prevent the sea surface from being truly level. So here's a list of things. Winds, currents, river discharges, variations in gravity, thermal expansion, and melting of land-based ice. Let me remind you here, sea level is not one value. Flat earthers seem to think when you say sea level, that means 0 feet. Anywhere you are in the world, it's 0. So it's like one value. But the actual usage that you should say is mean sea level. So what they're calling 0 is not at the actual sea level at some point. What they're calling sea level is the mean sea level. Up here is a sea level change. You can see from the picture that the sea level is different all over the world. So most people are surprised to learn that just as the surface of the earth is not flat, the surface of the ocean is not flat, and that the surface of the sea changes at different rates around the globe. For instance, the absolute water level height is higher along the west coast of the United States than the east coast. And here's the link where you can find that. And then let's talk real quick about the Panama Canal. Most everybody knows where the Panama Canal is. So not commonly known is the fact that the two oceans on each side have different sea levels and different levels of high tide. At the entrance to the Panama Canal on the Pacific side, the ocean can rise as much as 20 feet. But 45 miles away, the difference between high tide and low tide in the Atlantic, or you can call it the Caribbean, is just 3 feet. So we have a difference between 20 feet on one side and 3 feet on the other. No, the oceans are not flat. Here's a little bit of long statements here. Tidal forces also cause bulges in every ocean. Okay, get over laughing. Everybody laugh at bulge, but it is a bulge in every ocean, and to a smaller extent, to lakes and smaller bodies of water. Surprise, Nathan. Large bodies of water do curve. This is observed, it's measured, and it's repeatable. The second thing, there's a difference between having noticeable tides and having true tides. For tides to be noticeable, the body of water has to be huge, like an ocean. Even though true tides also occur in smaller water basins like big lakes, the tidal variations here are much too small to notice. So when flat earthers say, well, there's no tides in the Great Lakes, sorry guys, but in the Great Lakes in the U.S., the largest tidal range is less than 5 centimeters, or just under 2 inches. So that's about, maybe that much. Different weather conditions, such as wind and barometric pressure, creates differences in the water level than tides on these lakes. This is the case of the Baltic Sea, the Black Sea, the Caspian Sea, and even the Mediterranean. They all have their tides, but they're all different. The fourth thing, many rivers connecting to the ocean do have high and low tides. Even some of these tidal rivers, the water drains away almost entirely at low tide, making it possible to walk across the bottom of the river. If a part of a larger river is affected by the tides, the section affected is known as tidal reach. Tides occur generally twice a lunar day. They occur at regular intervals of 12 hours and 25 minutes. So that's not every 12 hours. It's in the lunar day, which the lunar day is 24 hours and 50 minutes long. So you divide that by 2, you get 12 hours and 25 minutes. Now, to me, that's almost impossible to explain on flat Earth with the moon running around that same track as the sun. I just don't see how it can be back at the same place at 12 hours and 25 minutes. In the Bay of Fundy, the tidal bulge is 15 to 16 meters. The smallest tidal ranges occur in parts of the Gulf of Mexico, the Caribbean, and the Mediterranean, all of which have these oscillations of less than 3 feet, 1 meter. And again, there's a reference there. It's from timeanddate.com. And the last thing I have here is just a just something to show you how the tide elevations change over time. All of the continents and islands on the earth do have changes. There is not one flat body of water like Nathan Thompson and all these flat earthers say. There are changes. The water level rises and falls. The oceans of the earth are a living body of water and not flat. And that cannot be explained by the flat earth model. I hope you're all in agreement here, and we'll see what comes out of it. So, what did we learn today? I think the first thing we learned is that Nathan Thompson is a doofus. The second thing we learned is that flat earthers don't have any clue of what they're talking about. And the third thing is that large bodies of water do curve. So if you see good old Nathan, be sure and tell him that, all right? And then the last thing I wanted to show you is our favorite video of the week. Be sure and click and view this video that I'm showing you for the week. We'll see you next week when we're going to look at the most ridiculous scientist in the world, Dr. John D. So give us a look, and if this is your first time, do me a favor and subscribe and like. Oh yeah, one more thing. Please leave a comment. I love to read your comments, and I hope that you'll leave me one.